Hello, my name is Jasol. I'm the creator of Jasol Trading Academy, and I'm gonna show you how the portal works and talk a little bit about the program, how it also works. So first of all, this is the portal for my students in the program, and everyone will get access to this and still have access to this after we are done with the program. So it works like a trading journal and hub for pretty much everything: your exercises, educational content, your review work, your ideas. It's like a chat with me as well. You can chat with me. You're gonna get feedback on every trade. You're gonna see statistics on your trade and so much more. I'm gonna add so much features. There's so many things coming to it, and it's just getting better and better day by day. So first of all, you will start with importing your trades. We have already quite many platforms, but we're gonna add even more. So if your platform is not here, don't worry, it's quite easy to actually add the platform, and I'm gonna do that for you if your platform is not here on the list yet. Alright, so let's have a look. You have, the calendar here, you can see the economical news, and then on each day you can choose the day and you can see the trades down here. So let's choose January 5th. This was our example day for this specific video. And if you click on the trade here, you can actually make a review. And I can see this exact same review, and I can come in and discuss this trade with you and give you comments and what you could improve and so forth. Give you feedback, and you can see here's the chat for each trade. So each trade has its own chat, so we can discuss just that trade. So it doesn't become like a huge chat of different things. It's much better to keep every trade its separate chat, and this way you can even go back in time and see if that trade, if there was something you forgot or something you want to learn from that trade, again later on. So then, you give a day rating for each trade. So, let's say you thought that price action was very good at the time of your trade, you could give it 5 stars. Then you give your own performance rating. So let's say we performed 4 out of 5 stars. This way you're keeping track of how well did you do on that specific trade. Then you can choose your own emotions. Well, let's say we were calm in this specific trade. And then in the statistics tab, you can actually see how well you're performing in each emotional state. But more on that later. Then we can choose our strategy. Here, you see your strategies that you have created. More on that in the strategies tab, but you can also track your strategy, and this way also I can see which strategy you traded on that specific trade, so I can see if you actually followed your rules. But it also tracks your performance in the statistics tab. Then you can do your own tags. So for example, on this trade, I already put here perfect entry, and you save this tag, so we can write it again. If you have written it down previously, you can see here, the tag still is here down, and you can choose it again. So you write your own tag, press enter, and put it here, and then you can see it in the statistics tab. So for example, in this specific case, I would see that I made $225 on a trade that had a perfect entry. And you can maybe see where it's going. At 100 trades, I would probably see a positive P&L on this specific tag because it's a positive tag. But I can also put any tags I want, FOMO or things like this, and then I can track what your specific issue is, and we can reduce the number of losses in that specific tag. So this is how the trade looks like, and everyone always does trade reviews on each trade on that specific trading session. You save the review, but that's not all. You can also put down a day type tag. So if this was a trend day, if this was a balance day, whatever you like to call that specific day type, it's up to you. I'm not choosing the day types for you. You can choose whatever you like. So we could even make a new one, call it choppy. This market day was very choppy, and this tag is now applied on this specific trading day. Cool. And then we can, in the statistics tab, we can also go there right now actually to just show you, because it's the perfect time to do that. You can see our strategy, that I chose on this specific trade was gap to settle, G2S, and that made $225. Or tag perfect entry also shows us, the P&L on that tag. The day type performance was choppy. It was choppy market, but we still ended up making money on that specific day. So as you can see all of this information from the statistics tab, and then I as a coach will see all of this information, and I can make conclusions. Okay, this is where you're, losing money. Let's focus on this. Let's lose less money. Very simple. Then we have the, exercise page. This is where you will do the exercises, but very simply, you're just gonna fill out your exercises here, nothing specific. Then we have the daily reviews. So every day after your training session, you're gonna fill out, a daily review. And I have a pre-made template here, and you're gonna fill this out. You can add your own pictures. So, we can take a print screen. We can add it here. Very simply, you open the picture and you can like draw on it if you want, and so forth. You save it, and then you save the review, and I can see this review. And then you have the discussion section here, and I, as a coach, I can come in, give you some feedback on, this specific daily review, and then we can have a talk on that specific day in the discussions section. Then we have the monthly review. The same thing. We do a review on a monthly. You can see the statistics of that specific month, and I can come in and have a talk with you. You can put some goals for the next month as well, and then you can see if you actually followed those specific goals. And if you had success in that month. And then you can reflect, did I do well or did I not? And this way you keep yourself accountable, but I'm also able to keep you more accountable. We have pre-market prep the same way. You're gonna have your own template. I have made my own freeform template. This will be also available for everyone, but in a specific stage. In the beginning, everyone's using, the same template, and then once I give you the rights to use the freeform template, you can also do your own. But, here you can see what it would look like. You have important levels, market structure, scenarios, and then I, do my own drawings on the chart as well, because that makes it more intuitive. Right. Then we have questions and answers. Now you can't see anything here because there's no questions right now, but there would come in, any questions you would want to, ask me, you can put them here, and then I can answer them, and you get the answer from me in this specific section. My strategy section, this is where you would create your own strategy. I always start from a template strategy, and then we start week by week making changes into the strategy and, improving it. And this is where we start, and I can see exactly, what rules you have in place and if you're following them, and this way I can keep you accountable and actually, see that you're not lying to yourself. And I can see the full edit history of your strategy as well, so there's no lying me. We have the Ideas Lab. This is a place where you come in, you put all your ideas, your thoughts down, and maybe patterns you have seen in the training day, and you keep them here. And I can see all of these thoughts, all of these ideas. Maybe you want to change something in your strategy. Put it here. And this way I can come in here and see, if these changes would be good, and then we discuss them in the weekly meeting and make changes to your strategy. It's amazing. Then we have the videos tab. I have a lot of content here. Right now you can see these are just, YouTube videos that I think are really good, but I also have my own content library that is gonna get added here soon. So a lot of private YouTube videos that anyone else can't see. Then we have Talk with Coach. I'm not gonna open this because I have a lot of chats with, different people on the platform, so I don't want to leak our DMs. But if you press on this, you just get a chat where we two can exchange messages. Pretty straightforward, nothing special there. Book a meeting. This is where you would book a meeting. So every week, once a week at least minimum, we have a meeting, and this is where we make changes, and put our focus for the next week. So you would come in here, you could pick any date you want and then get a meeting with me. But you can also get more meetings than just one for specific cases. Maybe you're, struggling with this thing and you need help immediately. Don't worry, you can do that. Let me know in the chat, and then we come here and book a meeting. Then we have the statistics tab. You saw it already, but here is all the statistics. I'm adding more and more constantly to this part, of the journal as well, so we get more insights. And then the admin panel, but that's only for me. And this is where I manage all of my students. I can see every bit of data and every bit of, reviews that you have, and I can comment on these things and help you improve. So this is the portal. Maybe you now have, a better idea of what the program looks like and what the learning environment is.